puts down the law basically, so you don't want to mess with him. Growing up, nobody used to mess with him. She kind of balances it me out. Sometimes I'm a little bit too hard. She brings the emotion side, you know, because, you know, she best believe whenever you come back, it's gone and you have no rights to be mad. You can't show weakness. You absolutely cannot show any sort of weakness. As well, boys as well, you know. She managed to handle all of that.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Yuri, the incredible.
Hold on, everybody, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Yuri the Incredible. I gotta represent something incredible, right? I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see that. It says Yuri the Incredible. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the post notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. For those people that don't know, I've been doing a story time about myself, obviously, so that you kind of get to know me a little bit better. The reason why I'm doing that is because I just thought that people needed to know where the Incredible came from, right? So to do that, I had to go all the way back, and going all the way back, I had to go all the way back. So I'm basically telling story about my life to the point where we're at right now. I decided to do this so that, because I mean, we're in this confinement and all of that stuff. As you guys can see, I haven't cut my hair in a minute, but obviously I had to line myself up with a nice little shave here and there. But if you haven't checked out the other previous videos, please do so. Take your time and go look at it, and you kind of have an idea where I come from. This is basically, I think, story time 4, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. So we started doing pretty well. My dad obviously got a better job, and we started going up, if I can put it that way. We started getting better, living better. And growing up in the house where I grew up in, we had to have a thick skin. What I mean by that is having a thick skin is because I grew up in a house full of boys, right? A whole bunch of boys. You gotta have a thick skin. The oldest brother, the one that I told you helped me sort out the situation where I lost my shoes, my feelers to be exact, you know, he's like that. He puts down the law basically. So growing up, nobody used to mess with him. And for those people that's wondering what he looks like, I'm gonna put a picture of him right here. That's Pasha, my oldest brother, right? And then comes Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc's my other brother. He's one of those guys that he's like super chill. He does things on his own time. Basically, you know, what happens is that you can ask him, yo, can you do this for me? And it'll be, yeah, I'm gonna do it. But he's gonna do it when he does it, basically. Cool dude and all of that. So all my brothers are cool. We see that counts me. Right now I'm about 6'1.5". I'm gonna put it in centimeters for those people that don't know in South Africa, right? So growing up, I was a small guy. You know, when they talk about the short man syndrome or the Napoleon, whatever, the syndrome, right? I think I had it. Basically, I was like a small guy with a big ass heart. Basically, I'm like a pit bull, like a bulldog. I went to the same primary school as my sister, which I'm gonna get to later on. I went to the same primary school as my sister because my older brother, they were a little bit older, so they were in high school or whatever. So that's that, right? So she would come up to me. I'm like, this guy did this to me. This guy did. I'm in primary school. I am short and I'm small, but like I said, I had a heart of a pit bull. I had to sort it out, and best believe I did sort it out. And then comes my sister Magali, only girl, and now she's like, I guess she kind of balances me out, as in, like, you know, sometimes I'm a little bit too hard. She brings the emotion side, you know, because, you know, she's a girl, so I have to kind of tone it down. I'm too, not black and white is not the word. She's emotional. Logic, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes you can't be always. You have to have that, right? So she brings that balance. Then comes my other 2 brothers, Jonathan, he's, how can I put it? I think he's a little bit of he's hard but emotional. I can put it like he has his shell but really soft inside, like that. So that's him right there. And David, he's also logical. He just thinks too logic. He's like almost like me, right? So I got Pasha. He's like, he put in the low. He tells it like it is. You know. And I've got Jean-Luc. He's like smart dude. He's a smart dude, but really chilled. But he does things on his own time. And you get Yuri. Well, you know me because you've been watching my channel. You should know me. And then Magali, she's the one that kind of like balances everyone out. And you get Jonathan, he's like hard and soft inside. And you get David, that's just like straightforward, smart ass dude as well, accountant and all of that stuff. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I'm just trying to paint a picture out there for you guys so you can see what I'm telling you about. You had to have a thick skin. You kind of had to basically sleep with your one eye open, because guess what? You sleep with your both eyes closed, something gets done to you. You wake up with one eyebrow. You wake up with somebody farting in your face. You wake up with shaving cream in the one hand. I mean, we've done all this stuff. I don't know if I should say this, but guess what? I wanna give you a little story. You can actually make somebody pee the bed. You probably, how, Yuri? How? Calm down. I won't tell you how. What you do is get, please don't try this at home. Get sun or water, right? Somebody sleeping, get sun or water. You pay it in his ear, right? And then you take his one finger and put it in the water. It mustn't be cold. Obviously, he's gonna wake up. It must be a good temperature. Guess what's gonna happen? So basically, you had to sleep with your one eye open. You couldn't be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna eat this sandwich. I'm gonna drink this later and put it in the fridge, because you best believe whenever you come back, it's gone. It's eaten, and you have no right to be mad. You could be mad, but it doesn't help. You absolutely cannot show any sort of weakness or any crack in your armor, any kink in your armor, because if you show weakness, because the banter and all of that stuff was out of this world, if you show weakness, then you're a target, right? And whenever it came to base station or whatever, make sure that you don't lose, because what we used to do, we used to play FIFA, right? When we played FIFA, if you lose, you pass on the control, and if you lose, that means you gotta wait till like another 45 minutes to an hour, because it rotates. Everybody's trying to play. Like I said, my dad and how we started doing alright. So we got this thing: when you make it, you gotta pull everybody up. So we added my cousins and stuff. They came to live with us. Yeah, my cousin Kiraja, Eloge, bam. So now we have a packed house. And I think that's one of the reasons why I can say that I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends, because my family is my friends, type of thing. I feel sorry and I appreciate my sister. I appreciate you a whole lot. All of this were boys as well, you know. She managed to handle all of that. With that being said, we're explaining to you, like, you know, you had to be tough. You had to be like my parent. Just imagine if you're a parent. Just imagine this. I'm gonna get close to you and talk to you a little bit, right? If you're a parent, imagine there's like about 8 kids, and they all do different sports, and you've got to take all of them to places. How did they do it? I don't know. Shout out to the folks, but they did. They took us to different sports and all of that stuff, and I'm very, 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 very proud of them. And that's what they did. So we did our sports, we did our thing. So now we kind of had to obviously grow up. When you're older, you kind of take care of the little one. I got taken care of from my older brother, and I had to take care of the ones that came after me. Like I said, we had my cousin come live with us. We were still young. We used to be like, we want to be like walk around like this with our chest up. We want to do this. We want to do that. Like what, you know? Because we used to play SmackDown at the time. SmackDown would be WWE wrestling. You know, we'd be like, we want to be like these guys. And you know, it was a joke, but you know what they say when you say something to the universe or whatever, you know. But then when people laugh, how you gonna be that? How you gonna be that? Like, you know, want to be jacked. We lived 45 minutes away from the gym. That's 45 minutes walk, because guess what? We had to walk. Like I said, my parents were hella busy with the whole lot of kids, right? Started training we were like, I think 16, but it was like one sort of thing. Like we would go like 3 times a week, because I mean 45 minutes you go to the gym, you train, and you got a 45-minute walk back. You must remember, it's not 45 minutes on the way back, because you kind of like wave balls to the wall when you're at the gym, right? So 45 minutes there and back, and you're tired walking back. We kind of have just got familiar with the gym, and we kind of, you know, acquired that taste. I believe working out is an acquired taste. It's not for everybody. You think you like it, but if you don't acquire that taste, you're not gonna like it. So we did that. We started walking to the gym 3 times a week and whatever. We kind of saw changes, and then it kind of like slowed down a little bit. But that's another story for another day. Basically, right now I'm just telling you that, you know, I had to have a thick skin, but life was good in the sense that this was always fun. There was a lot of boys. You didn't have to go anywhere. We just had to have fun. But the one thing that also kind of sucked, but I kind of think it's built character. My mom had at a shop. If we're not at sports or at school, we're at the shop. We had to work there. So people will go have fun or whatever, but guess what? You trying to be like, damn, I want to have extracurricular activity. I want to have extra math. I don't, because you don't want to go to the shop because you have to work. And guess what? Did you get paid? Did you get paid? I'm sure we got paid. I can't remember, but yeah, I can't remember if we got paid or not. But I mean, it was one of those things we had to pull our weight, and that's what we did. Basically, this is just a story about me having to have a thick skin. You have to sleep with your one eye open. You gotta do what you said you had to do there and now, as in like you have to eat your food. You gotta do it. You gotta be strong, because they're like, if they tease you, you cannot show that you're upset, because if you do, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna be, you know, obviously there's things that will hurt my feelings, but it's hard for you to hurt my feelings. Not saying that you guys should try it, but I'm just saying it's kind of like I became tough. So I kind of got the taste of the gym. I loved it, but I was still into a whole lot of sports, right? So I couldn't give that up, because I mean, like I said, sports, can you see, can you see like but obviously the trophies are also on that side. Last video I showed you all the medals and stuff. That's what it was. That's what it was. And that's you getting to know another side of me. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you do, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share it. Let's grow this channel. You are who you say you are. You're really incredible. Before I go, and I'm not done. This was just a little bit of introduction of whatever it is. That being said, you are who you say you are. You're really incredible. Peace.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Yuri the incredible, 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 incredible.